This is an anti-croc trap.
See if there's any croc around.
Good morning. We had an incredibly peaceful sleep last night. We've got Bowser behind us and some rapids on this little river just in front of us. So that kind of was our lullaby to sleep last night. Although it got really, really hot and humid overnight to the point where it was actually difficult to sleep. We're not used to it. It's crazy that less than a week ago we were freezing in the mornings and at night, and now it is absolutely cooking. So where we are, we're in Katherine, and I think that is actually it's the furthest north in Australia Ange and I have ever been. And the temperature has just changed so dramatically. It's cool. So we're kind of basically in the tropics now, and we're on the Katherine River, which does have freshwater crocodiles in it and has the potential to get salties as well. Probably not so much in the dry season around here. Had a bit of a flick this morning for some barra with no luck at all. I do know there are barra in this river system, but because it is technically winter, they are much slower and less active, so I'm probably going to have a harder time, but I'll still have a few more cracks this morning.
Alright, so since the last episode actually it's been a full week, so I thought I would get a map of Australia out to show you exactly where we were and where we are now and all the distance that we've traveled, because that's one thing with Australia that you don't realize in the episodes. There's a lot of distance and a lot of driving in between the episodes. So in last week's episode we were in Fin Gorge National Park, which was a beautiful beach along the river that we absolutely loved. So then after that, we went to the famous Kings Canyon. So Kings Canyon is a beautiful hike, a very popular one. So there was a lot of people when we went. We woke up for sunrise and it was a beautiful light. There was a little bit of cloud, but that was really worth it. The cliffs over there, it's beautiful. I've never seen such a stunning hike. We walk all along the rim. So definitely recommend if you're around the area to do the 6-kilometer rim walk. After Kings Canyon, we went to the West Macdonnell Range, which again is a very underrated national park. There's so much to see and do over there. Many gorges. You can't really swim in that time of the year because it's quite like the dry season obviously, but we really like to check out the Ormiston Gorges as well, a little walk that you can go all the way to the end of the gorge, and Renbank Gorge as well, stunning light in the canyon. So yeah, highly recommend you check just a few days over there. It's highly recommended. Then we went back to Alice Springs, which is basically the center of the country, where we just relaxed for a few days in the caravan park, just so that we could get ready for the next leg of our journey. Which here we are. We went first stop around 400 kilometers, which is kind of like the maximum we can tolerate driving in the Moog for long distance. We stopped at Devil's Marbles, which was a really nice way to see the sunrise. Lots of rock formation, lots of Aboriginal history over there. But other than that, there was not too much more, so we carried on. We did a stop just next to Elliot, which nothing special to see. We just sleep on the side of the road. And then we arrive in Mataranka in Elsie National Park, which is a really beautiful spot. Lots of hot thermal pools. Very busy again, so we didn't do much filming, but we enjoy a nice little riverside walk. And then here we are now in Katherine. So that was, yeah, more than 1,000 kilometers of driving and all that in a week, but the MOG did very well. And here we are. We can't wait to check out all around the surrounding of Katherine and head north a little bit further. Alright, well, it's been a few days since we last filmed. We had a few technical issues that we'll, I guess, share with you a little bit later. So we're no longer in Katherine. Unfortunately, we had to drive to Darwin. We are currently in the Litchfield National Park, and we are deflating tire pressure because we're about to tackle a track called the Reynolds Track. I don't think it's anything extreme. There's supposed to be some nice river crossings, some beautiful scenery, and waterfalls and camping. So this is where we're going to head now, and we'll take you along.
Alright, first little creek crossing, and there's a sign there saying do not walk it because there might be crocs in there. So Anne's just going to do the safer option, stay in the cab, so we won't have nice shots potentially of these river crossings on the Sony, but we can film them from out the window. I think that's probably safer.
Yeah. Alright.
Let's do it.
So cool.
That was cool. Seatbelts are off in case we needed to get out. It's always safer in water. That was a lot of fun. That was very cool.
Update. Chris has dropped me on the other side where I'm safe. I can see if there's any croc around, and I'm gonna film him because this river crossing is actually way cooler than we thought it would be, and we haven't done one for so long, and actually not many in the MOG. So yeah, we need to get that on a nicer camera. So he's just gonna turn around and I'm just gonna wait for him here. So beautiful around here. There's not many people around as well, so that's why we can allow to do that.
How amazing are these termite mounds? Towering over Bowser, must be at least 4.5 meters tall. So quintessential NT, love it. Very, very cool.
And we have made it to Surprise Creek Falls. What an amazing spot. Been chilling here for another hour. Still so many people now. A group just arrived. Just chilling on the other side of the bank. The water is actually quite chilly, but definitely worth it. And with the temperature, it's just so nice to jump in. The walk to come here, we walk through like the rainforest, and such an incredible spot. We've never seen that kind of really tropical area, and really, really like it. It's nice to see water flowing, because in the Kimberley 2 years ago it was all dry. So yeah, highly recommend you check it out. So we're gonna stay here a bit longer and head back to Bowser. Alright, so it's not dinner time quite yet, but I'm still getting ready for dinner. I'm cooking everything in advance, so everything has the time to cool down, because we don't feel like having hot dinners anymore, that it's so hot outside. So we've been having a lot of salads for dinner, like lots of pasta salads especially. And one that I've been kind of like experimenting with recently is just a couscous salad. So these little sachets with like dry couscous, and they've got like some flavoring. So these are the two that I've selected for tonight. So the couscous is kind of like cooking there. I might need to stir it a little bit. So I'll have some poached chicken as well that is cooking at the moment, and I'll put like lots of fresh veg and salads with it. So that should be our nice salad for tonight. And at the same time, I'm making a lunch kind of meal prep for Chris. He was getting a bit sick of the wrap he was having, and I gave him the idea of doing some burritos, which will be quite filling, as well lots of protein and carbs for him, and he loves it. So that's why I've offered to make it, because I enjoy cooking. So this is what he's getting. He's getting some Mexican style brown rice. We get a can of black beans or red kidney beans. This time we're experimenting with refried beans. We've never tried before, so we'll see how we go. And 2 chicken breasts I'm poaching as well. I mixed everything, add a little bit of spices as well to it, and it's got at least a full container for 3 lunches, so that's really cool. Pretty affordable, and yeah, that lasting quite well. So I'm gonna make all of that, and I'll show you the finished result. Dinner is almost ready. I've got the couscous, I've got the poached chicken. I'm just chopping a tomato and a cucumber. I'm gonna put everything together and make an olive oil and lemon dressing. I think it's gonna be delicious. And this is the finished result. Unfortunately, the olive oil, I don't know if you can tell, it's completely not frozen, but yeah, the fridge must be a bit too cold for it, and I can't pour it, so I have to wait it to melt to be able to do my dressing. But other than that, dinner is ready, so very happy.
We were very, very honoured to be sent this amazing set of Japanese steel knives by Kamikoto. We got sent them about a month ago to have, and we've been using them since then, and they are superb. You would have seen our 3 German steel knives that we bought on the magnetic rail. These are so much nicer, so I almost wish we didn't buy those at the start of our trip and just had got these in the first place. So they are made from Japanese Honshu steel, and they are so nice. They come in a beautiful ash wooden box, and then we've got the 3 knives here. Angie's been using the smaller one a lot. I love this one here for steak and any type of meat, and they are razor sharp and really beautiful. So it's actually a 19-step process that they go through, and it takes several years for each knife to actually be made, and they have a lifetime warranty. So they make a really exceptional gift for someone or for yourself if you do like to cook. And I don't cook very often, but when I do, it's really nice to use really good gear, similar to camping, I guess, with us. And using these puts a smile on my face. I do like knives, and yeah, these are the only Japanese steel I've ever owned, and they are beautiful. If you would like to grab one, either a box like this or something similar from Kamikoto, we will have a discount code below in the description.
morning. About to tackle the next river crossing, snorkel advisable. We're all good to go. Let's do it.
The terrain keeps changing, just through a city of termites, which is really neat. And it looks like a cemetery almost with all the gravestones. Really cool. Yeah, the terrain is very, very different everywhere we go. There's either full-on jungle, or there's savanna, or there's wetland, or there's these grasslands. It's really nice. So it's a bit like a safari for the hog.
We absolutely love it here. Road condition as well so far has been amazing. There's not too many corrugation around here. The log fits quite well actually, not too many low-hanging trees, which is amazing for us. So yeah, we can't wait to see a bit more. The upcoming river crossing shouldn't be very deep either, but it's still quite nice to be able to cross water, and it's so nice. Wow. Oh god, that's so good. How is it?
Incredible. This is semi-warm. So nice. Hopefully there's no big salties in here.
No. Oh, this is cool.
It is cool. It does.
Oh, little frog. Hello. How you doing? Oh!
This is an anti-croc trap. So this will be for estuarine crocodiles, the salties. So there's a bit of boar meat just here. They grab it, it's got a piece of string attached to it that shuts that gate. And it's on basically like a pontoon boom. So yeah, pretty cool. I wonder how often they find crocodiles in here. Saw a big splash before, maybe it was a little tiny freshie, not too sure, but yeah, very cool, because that is a big cage that could hold a huge croc.
Just come back from our little swim in Secret Creek Falls, which was so much nicer than the one we were yesterday. The one yesterday was amazing, but this one was even better. Water temperature was just
so
perfect. Good. It's like free pools, you can have all to yourselves. Highly recommend you check out this spot. It was amazing. We might come back for a little swim a bit later because it's and very close to the car park, so nice and easy. And now we're chilling with our new best friend. Let us introduce you to the new addition to the family. Ta-da-da!
It's so good. So, a little cordless Makita fan, and it just runs on one of our 18 volt Makita 3 amp hour batteries, and we run it all night long because it's been so hot in the evenings and humid. You run it all night long and it will last like 8 hours on one battery, so it's
So
bloody
good. So the reason we bought the fan and we're not using our aircon is we just can't run off-grid the aircon all night long. It's just not possible even with 600 amp of lithium. We've used the aircon recently, but we're plugged in so that the whole day it's amazing. This aircon, if you've got unlimited power, you sweat, but yeah, when you're off-grid it doesn't work this way. So this has been a really good addition for $150, well worth the money.
Very much so.
And I don't know if you can tell, we actually can't tell, but we've got a fly screen which double up as well as a mozzie
nap for in the evenings.
Yeah,
because it has been so hot, we've been leaving the front door, the main door open, and we made the mistake of doing that without any fly screen. I woke up in the middle of the night with about 200 mosquitoes all filled with blood. So we've done that just on some Velcro and it works really well. It's simple. So,
it's super cheap. We just got a cheap one from Bunnings at about like $10, Velcro on the side, and yeah, for now it works pretty well.
Now, just to briefly touch on what happened in Katherine, is our entire bed broke. So long story short, but we had a bit of a system failure, meant that we couldn't lift the bed anymore, so the bed was permanently down. Not ideal, so we hightailed it to Darwin. Huge thank you to Andre for having us stay a couple of nights. He's another Unimog owner, and that enabled us to rebuild the bed and make it stronger than ever. So I have reinforced all 4 bearings and reinforced the pulleys as well, so it will not happen again. And that has basically also reinforced for us just how nice it is to have a bed that can be up during the day with lighting under it and still be able to sit here, because we had lost our indoor seating for a little while, which luckily was beautiful weather so we could just sit outside, but it was good. So bed is all fixed, but that is why we cut things short in Katherine.
Alright, so lunch is ready. This is the finished result of the burrito I made for Chris with the preparation I made yesterday, and I did some avocado, some little bit of light sour cream and taco sauce. Here we go.
Thank you so much.
Bon appetit.
These are so good, these burritos. I've been having them every single day for the past probably 2 weeks, and they are really good. Another new toy, little blowtorch that screws onto these canisters. These gas canisters you can get kind of everywhere here in Oz. So yeah, really cool. That was excellent for lighting the fire. And then I'm sure there's a few other uses that could have come in handy for.
Yeah.
And yeah, but mostly just lighting things on fire. So got a couple of T-bone steaks tonight. Cannot wait. It's really hot here, so we're not sitting by the fire at all. But I'm heating up a little hot plate, and then I'll chuck these onto the Osbraai travel braai, and it's going to be a good dinner. Alright, well that wraps up Litchfield National Park. Had an awesome time, and now we are staying in this cool little spot. There's a tavern over here. What's the tavern called?
The Darwin River Tavern.
Darwin River Tavern. So there's a bunch of just caravans and stuff, very chilled, and it's only $10 a night. And tonight...
And free laundry.
...is Pizza Hut. Is Pizza Hut?
Pizza night.
Tonight is pizza night. I hope it tastes a bit like Pizza Hut. And as just said, free laundry as well, which is very cool. We've not experienced that so far in Oz. Behind me, you'll see these little chicken flags. Last night, about 5 or 6 helicopters rocked up. We couldn't work out what was going on. Turns out they do a helicopter pub crawl, which is hilarious. That is so cool. Fortunately, we don't have the cash for a helicopter pub crawl right now.
No.
Maybe one day we can aspire to do that. There's an awesome 60 series Land Cruiser over there. Looks just like my old one from New Zealand. Very, very cool. So next up will be Kakadu. which is one of those bucket list destinations for most Aussies, I'm sure. You've probably heard of it. And we'll probably spend maybe nearly a week there. We'll head back to Darwin to get groceries and do a few chores, and then Kakadu when you see us next.
So stay tuned. See you next week.
Cheers, guys.